something to behold that for the third time in his last 9 games, Lazio defender Mauricio was sent off. This time, he fouled Rosenborg's Jürgen Skjelvik. Fortunately for Mauricio, Alessandro Matri was on target at the other end for Lazio, as they look to maintain their perfect home record in all competitions this season. And despite having a man less, Lazio doubled their lead in the second half as Felipe Anderson netted his second in 2 games. Just over 20 minutes from time though, Rosenborg's Alexander Soderlund made his mark, as the top scorer in Norway this season pulled one back. But Jan-Erik Delanley's challenge on Stefan Radu then gave Lazio a penalty. And from there, captain Antonio Candreva beat goalkeeper Andre Hansen at the second attempt to wrap up the win. Saint-Etienne didn't win a single group stage game in 2014, but Romain Hamouma ensured that wasn't going to happen again, as his goal saw off last season's runners-up in the competition. That victory for Saint-Etienne takes them above Dnipro ahead of the reverse fixture in a fortnight. Lazio 3 points clear at the top.
Lokomotiv could still boast an unblemished record in Group H as they met Besiktas in the Russian capital. Maicon lashed home for the Muscovites early in the second half after good work by Omar Niassa. Besiktas are currently at the top of the Turkish league standings, and it was a goal of real quality that saw them go level. First wonderful play from Ozyakup, followed by the kind of quick feet and finish you might still expect from Mario Gomez. Lokomotiv would end up holding on for the point after veteran Chorluka saw red for violent conduct with 20 minutes left to play. 1-1 it finished. Elsewhere, Europa League debutants Skënderbeu didn't do themselves any favours in Lisbon when Hamdi Salihi picked up 2 yellow cards in the space of a minute, the second a pretty inexplicable handball. Jashanica was next to get on the wrong side of the referee and the wrong side of the nimble Freddie Montero. Former Liverpool midfielder Alberto Aquilani put the Portuguese league leaders in front. Montero was soon inviting another clumsy challenge as Vangelli dived in. Penalty once again for Sporting. But this time the Colombian thought he'd have a go from 12 yards. In the second half, the Albanians soon tired, and 19-year-old Brazilian Mateus Pereira headed in a third just after the hour mark. 3 soon became 4 when Montero's free kick was met emphatically by the head of Figueiredo, and you feared it would get a whole lot worse for the away side, with more than 20 minutes still to play. Sporting would find the net only once more, with Pereira volleying in his second, but the 10 men surprisingly managed to pull one back very late on, Jashanica heading in a small consolation on a very long evening indeed for the Albanians. And Skënderbeu will have to do it all again in a couple of weeks in the return fixture. Lokomotiv, meanwhile, stay top of Group H.
Basel are 7 points clear at the top of the Swiss Super League, and they looked comfortable when Michel Lang nodded them in front early on. The Belenenses weren't about to lie down after their thumping by Fiorentina last time out, as Luis Leal equalised. And just before the break, Leal squared in Kuka to give the visitors a surprise first win in the group, especially as they're currently in the bottom half of the Primera Liga. There was another shock, this time for Italy's league leaders Fiorentina, as Lex David Kornacki put the away side ahead. This was all the more stunning, with Polish champions Lech Poznan in last place domestically. The eyebrows were raised further, and Maciej Gajos then doubled their lead. Fiorentina did grab a consolation in the final minute through Giuseppe Rossi, as he netted for the second game running in the competition. But the hosts' bad night was rounded off by Ante Rebic's red card, as the team top of Italy's Serie A were defeated by the club bottom of Poland's Ekstraklasa. So a first win for the group's 2 underdogs. Basel still first despite defeat, but Fiorentina slipped to the bottom of Group I.
Franco De Santo needed just 6 minutes to add to his hat-trick against Asteras on matchday 2, and Schalke at this stage looking good to make it 3 wins from 3 in Group K. But Sparta are in good form themselves and equalised after a misguided Benedikt Hövedes clearance fell kindly for Kehinde Fatai. More poor Schalke defending led to Sparta's second just after the hour mark. This time, David Lafata was the man to take advantage, within a minute of coming on as a substitute. But the home side would strike on the counter as De Santo played in Leroy Sané, who made it 3 games unbeaten for the Germans in Group K. Apoel still seem like they're yet to get over their shock defeat to Kazakhstan champions Astana in Champions League qualifying. They went behind early on to a fine first-time finish by Bryant Louis, as the Greek side got off to a flyer in Cyprus. After a brief delay for floodlight failure, Apoel were awarded a penalty thanks to a Dimitris Kourbalis handball. And Fernando Cabinaghi stepped up to blast in Apoel's very first goal of their Europa League campaign. Their second and decisive goal arrived when a Stilic corner was glanced in by Brazilian defender Carlao, and Apoel are off and running in Group K. So all still to play for in the group, with Schalke and Sparta battling it out at the top. They meet next time in the Czech capital.
Athletic were without an away win in all competitions, but that changed in the Serbian capital, with Raul Garcia nabbing their opener. 5 minutes from time, Beniat curled home, showing why he's regarded as a set-piece specialist to seal the win for the side from Bilbao. Not much has gone right for Augsburg this season, but in Alkmaar, Piotr Trzaskowski sealed their first ever European win. Augsburg still remain bottom of Group L, whilst Atletic's win in Belgrade moves them above the Serbian champions.